I am so excited to be
Hmm.
having a conversation with certified brain game coach and a dear friend of mine, Edyta. Welcome. Thank you for having this conversation today.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Cindy, for having me. I'm just super excited and looking forward to all what unfolds with this conversation. So thank you
Absolutely.
for having me.
My pleasure. So tell us a little bit what life was like before you took the brain game.
Well, that's the topic that I don't like to talk so much about, because it feels like it has been so long, and I
Mhm.
shifted so much for this last 3 years. Yeah. Um, it's I always refer it was just so filled with so much freaking drama. And I didn't understand. I really was just, going through these thoughts. Why is it happening to me?
Mm,
Why I lost this, why I lost this, why I attract the same people or the same man, the same relationship, story with the money. Um, Yes, why is was happening to me? I couldn't understand that. And I was blaming, like I was in that, T-Rex mode for most of the times. Like my body was freaking so tensed
mm.
from all these emotions and being in fight, flight and fighting the war and fighting myself and who else wants to fight with me. So there was lots of this. Yeah, really, when I learned later on the T-Rex, that's where I was operating from for so long, and I was exhausted and I wasn't happy. And I just like, what the heck is going on? So yes, so there was lots of chaos, lots of anxiety. I just shortly before I took the brain game, I struggled with the huge anxieties and then panic attacks. And I was
Mm.
just living in a future. It was just really messy. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's what
So
was
so there was a
happening.
lot going on, right? Yeah.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
then you took the brain game. How did the brain game
Yeah.
change your life? What's life like on the other side?
Mm. Definitely much better. Definitely much better for me in a sense that my I'm healthier, like my well-being increased in a sense that I am not in that fight, flight, all the time and wanting to fight and, you know, kill. I don't want to kill, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It really invited some understanding of peace and, learning how to land in a dolphin brain and, and just, and and I think the other part was just the understanding the drama triangle and
Mm.
how much I was in that drama with myself and
Mhm.
the world. So that shifted for me quite like it was like, wow, okay, I can take responsibility back, take back my personal power and let's play now. So it was just my first time of the brain game, but it really just like my awareness and acceptance and that forgiveness and forgiving myself that I was part of that things and now I can move on. So there was lots of around that.
Mm. I love that so much. And you're not the first person to say the drama, right? Of all the
Mhm.
stories we get caught up and why is this happening
Mhm.
to me? And with that, taking that responsibility and brain game is
Yeah.
everything. Yeah.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
you are a certified brain game coach. We certify
Yes.
world-class
Hmm.
coaches. So I am curious, what inspired you to become a brain game coach in the first place?
Mm. Well, I took it as the personal challenge as well, but also because I experienced so many shifts and so many breakthroughs. Like, I don't want to repeat myself, but around that drama, African drama, and that T-Rex brain, and I could see and just feel in my body just that more ease and peace, and it was reflected in my personal relationships to begin with. Um, And I wanted to share that with others. I want to bring that to my communities. And you know that I also work with the children and families, but I want to bring that especially to the early childhood education field. So that was my just a bigger intention, just like I want to see it in a curriculum for us educators. So that was what inspired me to become the coach.
I love that so much. So let's talk about becoming a coach and what boot camp was like for you. Boot camp is intense. It's called boot camp for a reason.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I'm
Mm-hmm.
curious, what was your experience like through that period of time when you were in boot camp?
Well, yeah, it was intense. Though it was intense, and it just yeah, tested my trust and my ability and my value, like to my core. And but the way, well, you and with the other people, the way you holding the container while when I was going through this journey, it was just so supportive. um yeah, you provided this beautiful mirror, and all the container in itself, that I knew that whatever is coming through this journey is going to be addressed in a safe way. So that's just the container itself, and how the energies were amplified, and how I was supported and seen, and always encouraged, just to move forward. There's no mountain, editor. Move forward, right? Um, but what a deepening, for sure, personal, experience of diving into my own confidence and trust.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, your very first session that you teach, the first week of Brain Game, what was it like? What were you feeling before you came in to teach it the first time? And how did that experience go for you?
When I was just teaching first time, like the first class, oh my gosh, um, I had the notes like crazy everywhere. Although in behind, I knew I heard your voice, Joyce and Jonah. Okay, I'm doing the cue. I got it. I got it. I was very
Mhm.
nervous, and questioning, my core belief came up a little bit, just like, am I capable to deliver that?
Mhm.
And of course,
Yeah,
I
of
just
course.
like, of course I am. Of
Yeah.
course I am. I just like, put away my notes.
Mhm.
I was reminded, um, that I am not alone. All is already within me. And I'm just, I have my own style. I will add my own flavor, my own juiciness, and it will go rock and roll, you know.
Yeah.
But it was, of course, like you should see me, or I was going crazy for half a day.
Mhm.
That trust, and again, that it's already the brain game, and energetically, it's all within me.
Yeah. I love that so much. And you're all every single human gets nervous the first time they teach it, right? That is a common theme. But the other common theme is the moment you take the leap, it all
Yes,
flows right through.
yes, yes. And it's just once I said yes, I'm doing
Mhm.
it. I'm doing that anyway. I see you fear. I see you all whatever is coming, right now. But I'm saying yes, and it's
Yes.
already perfect. So I just learned how to not judge it right away, and just doing that anyway. And I heard, your voice in the back of my head, Edyta, there is no mountain. Say yes. But of course, and a support from, again, from the container, and it was just incredible. I felt that, I felt that your borrow 5% of that confidence from me to you. I believe in you.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. So you walk through this 10-week journey with them and you get to the final session. What was it
Yes.
like teaching week 10 of the brain game?
Mm. It was, well, of course, it was very special, but in a sense, so fulfilling. I could see, as we came in a group. uh, and there was so much celebration, and there was like, it felt like it was only 10 weeks, yet it felt like it was just so deep. And we went, above the time and above the space. I could see, well, witness, I guess, just each of my participants, they had breakthrough after breakthrough. And we were reflecting how we began, with the first session, and how through all this divine time cycle, how we work through it and what we are celebrating. So in a sense was very, very fulfilling yet emotional that, I did it because I was doing the brain game with them as well. And it was huge. I learned so much about myself, so each of my participants. So it was so many celebrations, so many sharing aha moments.
I love that so much. And yeah, week 10 tends to be a little bit bittersweet because it is the
Right.
completion of a journey, but it's also the celebration of we completed a journey. So it's both, right? I love that so
Mhm,
much.
mhm,
So
mhm.
beautiful.
And
So,
sometimes, that, oh, go ahead. Yeah.
oh, go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah. No, I just wanted to say that one of the uh, people who were taking the brain game, the first brain game with me, they just like, okay, I'm ready to start the next one, like the go again, because now they have a taste and now, okay, I'm ready to just to dive deeper.
Do it again and
So,
again
so
and
it was
again.
beautiful, right? Do it again. Yeah.
I love that. So good. So, tell us a little bit. I want to know because all of us coaches, everybody who supports the brain game has a dream. And many of you, you know mine. I want brain
Mm-hmm.
gaming to be a household verb.
Mm-hmm.
But what is your dream for the brain game?
Well, my dream, I shared a little bit at the beginning. I want that to become the part of curriculum for early childhood educators. So whenever whoever decides to join the field and go to the college or in whatever capacity, just doing the brain game, and the refresher for the professional development time, for the hours. We are so, oh my gosh, I can't even imagine um, how much empowerment and what we could do as the collective of early childhood educators together, brain gaming our communities. It gives me, lifts me up. And I'm just, yeah, I'm working on that every day in different ways. But that's my dream.
Mm.
Every single educator.
Yes, yes. And you share the dream with many of our coaches of getting this into the hands of children so that children
Yes.
grow up with these tools to understand that it's okay to feel your feelings and that it's
Mhm.
okay to take responsibility and stand in your power and make choices for yourself.
Absolutely. Yes. I was just, a few weeks ago, I was talking to my son, and anyway, and he had a wheeling feel,
Mhm.
feeling wheel.
Feeling wheel, yeah.
And yes, sorry. And, I reminded him because he was working through the situation, and I just like, do you remember that you can always, shift? You can acknowledge, yes, that you are very, very frustrated or very angry. And just, that visual for him was just like, that's right. That's right. He was still a little bit babbling in a few moments, but it just that's reminder that I'm okay actually to experience joy or giddiness or whatever it is. Okay, so just these are just the visual tools that I use personally in my home and in my relationships.
Ah, so beautiful. Thank you so much for having this conversation with me today. I can feel your
You're
passion
so
for this
welcome.
work, and I'm so excited to
Hmm.
see what you do next with it.
Sorry.
I said I'm so excited to see what you do next
Yeah.
with this. Yeah,
Hmm.
absolutely. So for anyone who would like to reach out to Edyta and work with her with the brain game, her link will be below the show notes, somewhere below this video.
Mhm.
And if for those of you who are out there who are curious about becoming a brain game coach, just reach out to me. The link is below this video, or to the right, or to the left, or somewhere around this video. Thank you so much, Edyta. I hope you have a
Yeah,
beautiful day.
thank you so much, Cindy. Yeah, thank you.